Maybe you injured yourself. Maybe the weather is absolutely terrible outside. Maybe it's raining. Maybe it's snowing outside. The floor is covered in ice. You just have zero motivation to do anything whatsoever. You can't eat right. You can't train right. You can't go for a walk. What do you do when you don't feel motivated? And motivation or relying on motivation is going to completely get you off track. And until you realize how to actually manage your current lifestyle when motivation isn't there, is going to help you actually stay on track in the best way possible. Before I get into this, if you're watching me on live right now, just type live down in the comments below, or say, "What's up, Alex?" Or if you're watching me at a later time on the replay, just type replay down below and say replay so I know you saw this video afterwards. So, motivation is what everybody wants to feel. You want to feel motivated from Monday to Sunday. But the reality is, this may not be what you want to hear, but you will not, probably 95% of the time, you are not going to feel motivated. You're not going to want to do anything. You're not going to want to eat right, train right, go for a walk or for a run, a jog. You're not going to want to do most of the things that you should be doing. But what you do in the 95% of the time when the motivation isn't there is going to actually define the success that you see or the success that you don't see. Because most of the successful people out there, they're not motivated most of the time. My own personal weight loss transformation, where I lost over 130 pounds, I wasn't motivated most of the time. Maybe a couple of days out of the month, I was actually motivated. But I didn't understand what should I do when the motivation wasn't there. I thought that, I'm supposed to feel motivated. I tried to look at different motivational videos, motivational speeches, pre-workouts, tons of caffeine, maybe trying to hype myself up. And that was a very short-lived, feeling, because no matter if I hype myself up, it just died down later on. But what you do when you're not motivated is going to actually help you see your progress. And if you're currently trying to find the motivation, or maybe you think that you're supposed to feel motivated, just type motivation down below, because I know a lot of people try to search this. They try to get the feeling of feeling motivated, and they just end up not doing anything, because the feeling, you can't achieve it every single time that you want to achieve it or feel it. But what should you do when the motivation isn't there? You got to understand that you got to experience momentum. And the way you experience momentum is by doing certain habits that are specific to you every single day. Habits that are non negotiable to you. Now, this is different for every single person, but if you understand the habits, the things you're doing every single day, no matter how small they are, if they're effective or even slightly effective towards your goals, you will actually get closer to your goals when motivation isn't there. Now, when motivation is there, you should absolutely use that opportunity to just do exactly what you should be doing. Maybe, give it all you got. But when motivation isn't there, you have to have certain things keeping you up, whether it's eating generally better for the way that you should be eating, in relevance to your goals. Maybe it's doing certain activities, as small as they are, because it's also about mental. Even if you're doing things that are better for you, not optimal, just better for you, they will make you feel better mentally, because you feel like you're still on track. This is exactly what my clients that don't have motivation, they don't put the weight back on, because they have the underlying habits that they follow every single day that's specific for them, but it helps them actually keep the weight off and not regain it. You have to understand what works for you, no matter how small. These are very, very specific, but these habits should be your non-negotiables. These habits could be such like, for example, eating a certain way, maybe being active in a certain way. Maybe it's going for a walk 3 times a week at a specific time. Maybe it's just waking up at a certain time. It could be getting X hours of sleep every night. Yeah, it's not the most effective thing, because you're not eating perfectly right, you're not training perfectly right, but you're still upholding yourself to a certain standard, your own standard, and you have these habits that are just holding you up. Because if you're motivated 3 days out of the week, you have to understand that you will not be motivated majority of the time throughout your entire journey. That's a fact. And if you think that you're going to be motivated, it's not going to happen, no matter how much you try. So you have to create momentum that will keep pushing you forward by creating the habits, non-negotiable habits that you do every single day. And if you understand the power of having this momentum push you forward, just type momentum down below, because I know this is extremely, extremely important. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, you gotta try this supplement to feel motivated. Do this, watch a video to feel motivated, or try this thing. It'll keep pushing you forward by creating this motivation. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. So you have to understand what are the small habits that will keep pushing you forward no matter what you do, no matter what day of the week it is, no matter what weather is outside. Once you understand these habits in relevance to your goals and you practice them consistently, non negotiable, every single day, no matter how small or how ineffective you think they might be, if they're even slightly effective and they uphold your standards and they help you get a little bit closer to your goal or just keep you in the same place, that's a great thing. And that's what you have to start experiencing. Because if you're walking by your bed, you stub your toe on the corner of the bed, now you don't feel like going outside, or maybe you're limping a little bit. That should not stop you from just doing the things that you should be doing in the bigger picture. You can still eat right. You can still sleep X amount of hours. Maybe you can still, do the things that you're supposed to do for work. Maybe it's drinking a certain way. You can still do a lot of things. Just because you can't do a single thing that you think is the most defining thing for your progress doesn't mean that the entire big picture has to go down the drain and up in flames. If that is your mentality, if that's your mentality as far as one little thing defining everything else, you will fail. But if you have certain habits that are just upholding you forward and just in the same place, or just pushing you towards your goal inch by inch, you will be successful, because this is a big picture. And in the bigger picture, you cannot rely on motivation. The most successful people in the world do not rely on motivation. They have certain things that they do. They could be difficult, they could be easy, but they do them no matter what, because it's a non-negotiable for them. And if you got value from this video right now, drop a fire emoji down below, because I know a lot of people, myself included back in the day, they tried to find motivation. I was successful for a few days, but that's about it. And I kept searching for that motivation every single time. And the cycle just kept on repeating itself every single time until I understood that motivation will not be there no matter how hard you try. And if it is, it's not going to last. So hopefully you got value from this video. And if you did, just drop a fire emoji down below and let me know what kind of other content, different ideas that you want to see me talk about. And I'll see you next time.